now. So, oh yeah, excited. It's loaded. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So we're live here. Hi guys, my name is Ollie, and I'm sorry, I'm a lot like shaking now. Hi guys, my name is Ollie, and I'm the founder of our International Film Festival, the founding director of our International Film Festival. And I have Alexander, the chairperson of Killarney Young Filmmaker. I have Anne from Screen Island, the chairperson of Screen Island. I have Sarker from Young Irish Filmmaker, and she's also an advocate for young people in film, anyways. And I have Laura, the purpose of the festival. Like, yeah, she's like the person who brought the festival to life, like in general. And yeah, the ground is open so you can have a chat.
I don't know. Will I just go first? I mean,
Sure.
You've done all the work, really. So I don't know. I don't really feel like I can take any credit whatsoever.
That's great.
You know, as in, I think this kind of started from conversations that you and I had in May about diversity and representation in the film industry. And I think I must have said in a sort of an offhand comment, Ollie, you should start your own film festival. And Ollie's the sort of guy that, like, the next day he's like, yeah, Laura, okay, I'm starting up a film festival now. And it's just like, it was there, it was done, and then he's just doing it. Like, you know, the way a lot of people say, like, I'm gonna do something and they don't do it. Well, like, Ollie's the sort of guy that he does it, you know. So yeah, but yeah, like, as I say, I'm very proud of what you've done, but at the same time I feel like I can't really take any credit because it's you that's done all the work and gotten all the people together. So yeah,
sure, that's great. Like, so we have Anne. I think Anne is the chairperson of Screen Island, and I've seen a couple of videos of Anne before, and yeah, they're super amazing. So you can talk about it now.
Okay. Hi everybody. Ollie, well done on getting the festival up and running. I love people who say, I'm going to do something and then go ahead and do it. It's exactly the kind of can-do attitude that the Irish film industry needs and really wants. So well done on that. Yeah, I've been chair of Screen Ireland since 2014, and we've been doing quite a lot around diversity in the Irish film industry. Because we discovered by looking at our statistics that women were very underrepresented in the funding that we were giving to women directors, writers, producers, editors. And then if you look, you know, in the kind of craft area of cinematographers, people who are working on post and pre-production, again, women are very underrepresented there. So we've been doing an awful lot in the industry. And I might just give you a couple of examples of that, Ollie, if that's okay.
Sure.
So have schemes that are women-only schemes, and we've been running one called Point of View, POV, and the really good thing about that is it's teams of women filmmakers, and we ran it for the first time, we're now running it for the second time, and we discovered that a lot of the women putting in their films were graduates, you know, not long out of film school, so still quite young women coming together with a team, with an idea, and you know, we've been making those first films with those young women. So that's been fantastic. We've, with Young Irish Filmmakers and the lovely Sorka there, when I was president of IADT, the Institute of Art Design and Technology, we've been running a Young Women in Film event. So that was for transition year girls, so 15, 16-year-olds, bringing them onto the campus with Screen Island support, with Young Irish Filmmakers. And again, in a women-only scenario, they were making a film, they were learning about the jobs in the industry, and they were really learning how to know about the industry, how to use all the equipment, how to write, you know, what they needed to do next. So that was something that Screen Island was involved in as well. And then we've been putting our money where our mouth is, Ollie. So, which is always important, you know, always. We've been putting additional money behind women filmmakers. So if a film comes to us that has a woman director or a woman producer or writer, it gets additional money, up to €100,000. So again, you know, we've had a lot of young women coming and saying, I want to make my first film. maybe a short film, maybe get into the industry. And we're saying we really want more diverse voices. We want young women's films. We want traveller women. We want women from the BAME community. We want, women who have diverse and different sexualities. We want those diverse voices on Irish screen, and we particularly want youth. So we're delighted to give additional money to those schemes. We're delighted to try and encourage working with organisations like Young Irish Filmmakers, Screen Producers Ireland. We really want to see young people, and in particular young women's voices, there on our screens making those films. And then we also want to see content about young people. There's a huge market out there for content for, not only children, but adolescents, teenagers, young women, young men. We need more of that. We need ideas that have young people at the centre, whether those are TV drama series, whether those are feature films, short films. And again, I would say to people listening, look on the Screen Ireland website, because all the information about the specific schemes and the funding and the support that's available are there. So, well done, Ollie, on getting the
Thanks.
And it's great to be on screen with such wonderful women there. And, look at Screen Ireland, come to us with your ideas.
Sure.
And know that we are really interested in diverse voices, and we're really interested in young women and their work and their futures.
Sure, that's great. So we have Alexandra here, and Alexandra is the chairperson of Killarney Young Filmmakers, and I'm so excited to have her here.
Thank you for having me, Ollie. A little bit of background. Ollie came to me about, I think it's over a year ago now, that we were working together, and he invited me on to help him sort of be the adult on present for the Killarney Young Filmmakers. And it's amazing to connect with these youth who want to create content, to film, to be just imaginative and creative in terms of any type of content, and being able to have a safe space where they can do that, know that we can provide them with locations in Kerry, connect with the local businesses here in Killarney. And it's been a great, phenomenal experience, just connecting with the youth and providing them an opportunity to get creative in film and produce several small short films, and being a part of them on the set and letting them take control over what the story, what the script is, really just being that person there if they needed the support, but letting the youth take the full-on reins, because that's where the magic happens. And having that professional support available is also so important too. So it's been an amazing journey being a part of the Killarney Young Filmmakers and seeing Ollie now together making the HER International Film Festival. So it's been so exciting, and I cannot wait for the weeks to come.
Sure, that's great. We have Sarkar here. A little background about Sarkar. I think Sarkar is one of the best people in the film industry, realistically, Killarney Young Filmmaker came through the idea of me going to the National Film School in Kilkenny, and Sarkar said, go back home and create a film group for yourself if you don't have a film group in your community. And I went back home. I was so motivated, and I went back home and I started Killarney Young Filmmakers, and it went so well. Then I included more people, but every time I call Sarkar, because I'm really afraid of calling people and texting them all the time, she's always calm about it. And I think young people need people to come up to and ask them about stresses in film and stuff like that, because I think film is very diverse and very important, because we're all storytellers in film, and we all have a story to tell. And Sarkar, you can just have your own words if you want to say anything so.
Well, very quickly, I'm really honored to be here, Ollie and Phoebe, who I know also put huge hours into this, both of you volunteering, and no doubt Alexandra in the background on the board of directors at Killarney Young Filmmakers. And kudos also, of course, to Screen Ireland and IADT, who put so much effort and support into making sure that young people from primary school all the way up, beyond 24 years of age, have access to opportunities to engage with film, not just through conventional avenues, which really are only for the privileged few increasingly, but for all young people across the island. And Alexandra just made a really important point there about, how creating safe spaces for young people is critical, especially right now. And Ollie and Phoebe, what you have done with this festival by creating something online, by completely driving the narrative, the administrative, the financial, every element of this festival independently, without any input at all from outsiders, as far as I can see. You've moved a mountain, and I know that you had something like 630 films submitted, right, to the festival initially.
720.
Okay. And that you then had to recruit a jury to not just select, but watch every one of those and figure out what your kind of cut would look like. So the level of work you've done is phenomenal, and you've done it for free with zero compensation. So one of the things that I think when Alexandra talks about creating a safe space, not only did you establish a safe space, you established what a very famous and powerful Black critical race scholar has described as a brave space. So a safe and brave space. And to me, we all know the importance right now of being safe, but it's critical that we are brave. And I really admire the work you've done, Ollie and Phoebe. I met both of you through Young Irish Filmmakers. The National Youth Film and Animation School was where Ollie appeared on the scene and blew everyone out of the water. And Phoebe turned up in our Young Critics program as a really powerful writer and kind of analyst in terms of film. And obviously now you're launching a career, I hope, as a programmer and probably wearing many other hats. But this is amazing what you're doing. I love the fact that it's so diverse, not just in terms of how you're defining her. I love that it's inclusive of all kinds of people who want to identify as a her, and also how diverse it is in terms of race and intersectionality, which I think is really important, as well as a white woman speaking in a space with people from different African, Irish, and other backgrounds. So kudos, and I can't wait to see this really take off. I hope you get lots of funding next time around, and it's going to be amazing.
So I would love to introduce Phoebe, and Phoebe is very amazing, and I think Phoebe have sent so many emails out to all the filmmakers, so you must have chat with Phoebe once in a while, and you must have gotten a message from her. Like, Phoebe is so hardworking, every time in the evening, at night, she do call me in the morning, and yeah, we need people like that to give us the extra push, like, because I know we all like have motivation to make films and stuff like that, but we need people to be our back point, like people that we can rest and people that we can say, oh, I'm weak today, but I need someone to say, oh, you can do it. Like, and she's always like, Ollie, sure, you can do it. And it's amazing to have her here. Like, she's the programmer, one of the programmer, and like we have amazing young people, like 21 amazing young people, and I'm so very happy to have them, because we have over 721 films. We started from 38 films, and the number keep going up, and we couldn't even select all the films because the films were so good. And we really appreciate you guys having your film in our festival. Like, we have films from over, I think, 78 countries across the world. So wherever you're watching us from, I'm so excited to have you. And Phoebe, you can have the chat now.
Ollie, thank you so much for those kind words, and also likewise Circa and everyone, Annie and also Alexandra. It is fantastic to finally meet you. Ollie, obviously, I have been working particularly close to you over this festival, and it's been such a brilliant experience to be involved in. So Circa, thank you so much for putting us in touch all those months ago. And I can't believe that we're finally here, and I'm just so proud of this festival. And like Ollie, it was just such a brilliant concept to come up with, because as everyone here has so rightly said, I think that supporting young people in film as a young person to be involved in this, it just feels so right and so important, to be getting these voices out there, and to let these stories be told. And so I mean, originally, well, during this festival, I was working as a programmer. So So obviously I was watching a lot of films that came through. And what was kind of the most exciting thing for me was just seeing that these films had been submitted from such a diverse field of countries. I mean, there was films from Mexico, Qatar, Africa, Ireland, Australia. And so for our first year, it's just brilliant to have seen this like diverse spread. And yeah, I think that it's going to be great. And thank you so much, everyone, for all the support. And hello, everyone listening at home. Yay!
Yeah,
We're here.
that's great. Like, sorry for cutting you off. That you can continue if you have something to say. Sorry.
I don't think so. Just thank you. And HERIFF 2020 is going to be brilliant.
Yeah, sure.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, sure.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank
And
you.
to all the talented filmmakers as well. Thank you for submitting. We're so excited.
Yeah, like I would love to say just a quick word from myself to every young woman out there. Like, as a young guy, I think there's different perspective from different people in the film industry, and it's very hard. Sometimes I do send email out to filmmakers, and I think, oh, I get no, and I get a yes sometimes, and I'm like, oh, screaming, and I'm like, oh, this is super cool. Like, I remember I sent Anne a tweet through Clarny Young Filmmaker on Twitter, and me getting a response back from her, I was so excited. Like, I think you get no, you get yeses, and it's important for you to learn from it. Like, it's important for you to tell your story. You don't need to hide behind it and say, I don't want to tell my story. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. As a young woman, come out there, shoot whatever film you think you can shoot. Like, you can start filming from your phone. I think it's very important that we recognize everyone that has this, the come from a disadvantaged background. Like, I started filming from my smartphone and I'm enjoying it. Like, and I think if you have anything, any worries or anything about film, there's always someone out there in the film industry who is ready to help you out. Like, I found Laura as my go-to. I found Sakura as my go-to. I found Alexandra. So there's always, I surround myself with inspiring women, and that's why I'm so happy to have this festival running. And it's I don't know what to say. Like, I'm more than amazed to see all the films from different parts of the world. Like, I was very surprised. Like, and thanks to the filmmaker who was supporting us. Like, thanks to Women in Film Ireland, thanks to Women in Film across the world. Like, we got different retreat. I think Film Ireland, they're super kind. There's so many people that we can't do without them, and I'm so grateful to have you guys. Like, I would love any woman yet that want to give any advice to the young women that watching us. Yeah, Anne.
Yeah, I think, I suppose, don't give up, be brave, be tenacious. And I think you mentioned it, Ollie, there are women out there who will help you. There are plenty of women who are willing to put their hand out and give you a lift up, give you support, tell you what they've learned, talk about all the mistakes we've all made. So be brave, be tenacious, be courageous, be confident, and seek and get support. Because, being in a group with other young women in the same situation, I think really, really helps. And don't be afraid to approach organizations that have money, that have funding. Screen Ireland, BAI, others, we do fund festivals, we do fund good ideas. So, the worst that can happen is you get a no, go away and try again.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Go for it.
Sure. Sarkar, do you have anything to say?
Be tenacious, don't give up, don't take no for an answer. And you have allies, whatever your background, culturally, socioeconomically, wherever you're coming from, you have allies out there, and
Sure.
stick together.
Sure, absolutely. Alexander.
Yeah, I was gonna say the greatest things happen when you get outside of your comfort zone. And sometimes doing things that are different, maybe trying something new, and maybe, film and being inside the film industry is completely new, but you've always had the curiosity to learn more. Don't be afraid to just tap into it, tap into connecting with someone from this group, from this live call right now, don't be afraid to reach out and say, I'm really interested to learn more, and just go at it. And just know that there is a community over competition. And I think there's this, we start to compare ourselves to other people, how far they've gotten, but we all have to start out somewhere in that journey. You start out somewhere, and everyone starts at different places, different times, different stages at their life. And so don't be afraid just to try and say, I'm gonna go do it.
Sure, that's great. Like, Phoebe.
I think that what I would say is to follow your dream, and just to do what makes you happy, because obviously that is what will make you happy. And don't just choose to do something because that's possibly where like the money is, or what the kind of right path might be. Yeah. I think that everyone needs to follow their passions, and that's where great art comes from.
Sure, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just like to say some few words, and we have like this week you have numerous like workshops and numerous stuff that's going around. You should check us on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere. Like, and you can watch the films. And yeah, there's so many stuff going on with the festival. I'm having goosebumps here. Like, so I'm excited for this. I hope you guys enjoy the festival. It's from now to the 14th, so it's a long week for the festival. And yeah, we're always around to send an email. And if you want to chat with me, yeah, I'm always online. And yeah, thanks a lot. Like, thank you so much. Thanks to all the filmmakers. Thanks to all the organizations and everyone who have supported our film festival one way or the other. We can't do without you. Like, so thank you. Thanks to all the sponsors and everyone who have helped out. Like, I'm truly, truly, truly happy to have you guys. Like, and thanks to all the supporting women. Like, I got some message from amazing women that are like, oh, you're doing a great job. Thanks for the message. Like, and yeah, that's a wrap. Like,
To HERIFF, woo!
Bye.